Hello everyone, my name's Gothic Lord UK and welcome to ZOR Pilgrimage of the Slorfs, coming out today in early access. I've had the game in preview for a couple of weeks now and I thought I'd bring you 8 tips to help make sure you are getting the best out of your experience with the game. Starting with the very mundane but very important, collecting sticks. The first level will always, in my experience at the very least, have 2 piles of sticks on the ground and 1 tree that you can harvest for a 3rd pile of sticks. Make sure you make every effort to collect all 3 of these because doing so will allow you to open one of the 2 sides of the tech tree after your first encounter the first time that you camp. During your adventures you may come across these orange bug nests that have a chance to spawn a bug at the end of each turn. They have 4 HP and can be attacked to destroy them, however you can also harvest them, so if you have a harvest card, save yourself the resources and just do that. Look carefully at the top of the water of some ponds and you may see some ripples indicating a fish there. Use a harvest card to collect that fish for recipes while camping or consume it to top up your food if needs be. Once you've got that fish in your hand or other similar cards like rocks and branches, you might be worried because they're consumable, so once they're spent they're lost forever. However, discarding them does not destroy them. They will just be reshuffled and redrawn in the following turns. So don't worry about losing them, in fact discard them strategically in the turns that you don't have resources to spare for your other cards to be played. Grimp shells are a looted harvest card that when used to harvest a resource or a card from this tribalist, in fact, you get twice the result back. Now here the specific instance is that you take a card and you get 2 copies of that card added to your hand. You don't get to make 2 different card selections. Alright, a bit more technical now. Climbing up a ledge costs 2 actions, and attacking up a ledge costs 2 actions. There are many enemies, like this rock Grimp here, that only ever get 1 action. You can see that by highlighting over them. So if you are stood on a cliff and they are down the bottom on the lower part of the ground, they can never attack you, because for them the rule still applies that it takes 2 actions to attack up a cliff. So if you can position yourself up a cliff and they are below, you can attack them freely and they will never be able to retaliate. Of course, many creatures have more than 1 action and many creatures can also fly or attack at range, so do take care, but for many of the basic enemies in the early encounters, you can use this to attack safely and then go collect that lovely experience. Scouting is an upgrade that you can invest in the tech tree in order to get more information in the map. Here we don't have any labels for any of the encounters ahead. By upgrading planning here in the tech tree, we get +1 scouting level. The first scouting level gives us the name of the encounter we are approaching, as seen here. Then with future levels we'll see up to 1 encounter ahead or all of the encounters ahead. Encounter titles let us know what we might be in for ahead, thus we can plan what we should maybe craft or what upgrades we should take in order to be best prepared for those encounters. And lastly, a bit of advice on getting goo. Goo is one of the many crafting components that you need, but it's not one that appears very often. In these eggs you can often find goo, but we're not incentivized to open the eggs because they can spawn enemies, so if you're being really careful you might avoid them for a very long time and never learn that there can be goo inside of them. So if it's safe to do so, consider disturbing the eggs before they become dormant in the night, when after everything is dead you can no longer attack or destroy them, as well as sometimes you might find goo when harvesting nests as discussed previously. Alright, that's everything from me for now. I hope you have a great time with ZOR Pilgrimage of the Slorfs. If you have any other questions, put them below. If you want to see some of my playthroughs, there'll be a link to a playlist down below as well. Otherwise, happy gaming, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.